Do you hear me?
What was the issue?
It was
I hear you.
trying to play you out of my microphone, but that's not possible.
So it was you the whole
What?
time.
No, no, that's not true. Your video wasn't showing up.
You know why? Because this fucking big ass monitor screen doesn't have a microphone, and I just noticed that till right now.
Wait, what do you mean? Your monitor?
This,
Oh,
remember I was trying to use this computer, this big ass computer.
yeah.
It's very clear. It's great connection.
Is that a
It's hooked
desktop?
up to the Ethernet cable.
Is that a desktop?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. You gotta get like the Dell speakers.
No, I need a fucking what's it called? Uh, long day. I need a
Long day.
fucking camera.
What so wait, you had to just teach a lesson
Yeah.
for your dad?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know your dad teaches.
He does like private lessons.
Who gives better lessons?
Oh, me for sure. Wait, are we going on from here? We're starting?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, let's get
We
straight
can
to it
start.
then.
What's up,
Yeah, no,
guys?
I had to honestly just help him out for this lesson. So
Yeah.
yeah.
One thing
I mean, he does private lessons. I do private lessons. You can go follow my private lessons page at Training with Nunez.
yeah,
Self
I
plug.
thought it was like training with pugs.
No, Training with Nunez.
Why did I think it was training with pugs?
It
Was that
was
what
at
it was?
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pug's World. It's little dog life.
All
And
right,
is my
guys.
quality decent?
The quality is decent. The lighting is shit.
It's horrible.
Um. All right, so yeah, let's just do an intro of like what we're doing. So, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Press Sports Big Bites Season 2.
Season 2. Clap it up. Clap it up
Clap
for
it up.
season 2.
Isaac's got the same mic as last year. I
Same
upgraded.
mic, same camera quality. It's all good though. Don't worry. You know
Yeah,
why? Because it's gonna be better content. It's gonna
that's
be
true.
great vibes here.
I
So
took the
I'm really
time.
excited.
I took the time to get this awesome backdrop and a new mic. And Isaac has a looks like a 8x8 cubicle office.
But no, my office is actually really nice. Not gonna lie,
No,
you can't
yeah,
really see it that
Isaac's
well, but
grinding.
I got the TV with the Apple TV set up, so I can watch some TV, listen to music. I have like a little desk in the background. I got my other monitor here.
You got it.
So
Well, if you guys, obviously everyone knows Isaac can now make money off of his name,
correct.
image, and likeliness. So big news
Yeah,
there.
for those who don't know, kind of real quick, the story that happened with me at University of South Florida, the NCAA took away my eligibility for the year because they said that I was using my name and likeliness to make money. So they then suspended me for a year. I stayed in school academically, but I wasn't allowed to play baseball for a year. Um, but now, literally 4 months later, the rule is passed that college athletes are allowed to make money now off their name and likeliness. But what a lot of people don't know, it's not that simple. You can't just kind of say, okay, hey, I can make money now. Let me reach out to a bunch of companies and a bunch of brands and start promoting myself or start making an income off of these companies. It's not that easy. Um, the first part is that there needs to be an official contract between yourself and the company that shows what you're getting, what the company's getting out of you. There must be an agreement between the two, and then that paper or that contract needs to be then submitted to the school. The school needs
Yep.
to look over it, and then they will say, "Okay, we know what you're doing. This is okay." So it's again, a lot of people thought that, oh, I'm going to make money this year off my name and likeliness, but it's not that easy, honestly. So
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously, as you can tell, diving already into the NIL within 10 seconds of the
straight to it.
first episode back with Press Sports Big Bites. Yeah, obviously probably the biggest news in sports in the last, I don't even know, maybe decade. I mean,
Yeah,
this is,
honestly.
maybe longer than that. It's obviously huge. We'll definitely be getting into the NIL. But before that, let's just talk about, we got this new season, Isaac, what we're going to be doing. Um,
No, honestly, I'm extremely excited about this new season. We're gonna have a lot of great guests on here. We're gonna have a lot of athletes from, obviously. So going around for round two, it's gonna be majority baseball players.
it
Okay.
will be,
So I know in.
it will
Sorry,
be
go ahead.
all baseball players. We'll do only baseball. Let's start with baseball. That's our biggest market, obviously, with Press Sports. We'll be getting a lot of the top high school guys on, top college guys. It's gonna be really cool. We think this is a, you know, good time and good opportunity to just, connect with athletes, with a podcast, especially around what we do with our app, with the community that we build, and, just getting to know these athletes a little more just beyond their highlights and what they do on the field. Um, so yeah, I mean, Isaac and I did this a little over a year ago. Had some big names on. Had some big names.
We
Anthony
did.
Bobby
We had
Witt.
Drew Jones. We
Yep.
had Bobby Witt Jr.
Video.
We had Anthony Servideo, who is now balling out in the minor league level with the Orioles.
Yep.
Bobby Witt's balling out with the Kansas City Royals. He's heading up his way up the league.
Like we knew it was gonna happen, We predicted that.
We predicted it.
Easy. Who else did we have? We had Drew Jones, Termar Johnson, a lot of the top high school guys. And then some pro athletes, some sprinkled, Xander Bannister.
Xander, we also had Richie Palacios, who was a great guest that we had on.
That's true. A lot of good names.
A lot of good names. And for those who didn't listen to the season 1 podcast, which was about 30 episodes, definitely go down, click the link, and it'll take you back to season 1's podcast with all of our episodes, and definitely go listen to them. There were great guests, and they were amazing content talk with those guys. So again, for season 2, we're looking forward to continuing that. We're looking forward to getting a lot more guests on. The season 2 will be exactly 30 episodes, just like the first one. And again, for my purpose, I'm definitely going to get a little better quality. I'm going to get a nice camera. I'm going to get a new mic. I should have done that originally from the beginning, but I've been extremely busy. But again,
and
for this background right here, it's kind of basic right now, but trust me, as episodes go on, seasons go on, I'm gonna start adding some memorabilia, just a whole bunch of kind of stuff behind me as well, just to make it look a little better. But again, I think we are extremely excited for season 2.
100%. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, shoot, let's just start about talking what's happened in the last year. I looked before this, the last episode that we had was late June of 2020, and that was right in the middle of COVID, even though we're, kind of still in this pandemic, but it's obviously a lot of things have opened up. So let's take it back there. Isaac, what has kind of gone on with you in the last year? Let's just start with that.
Okay, so
a lot of stuff I know, but let's
a lot. Obviously, back in February was my situation at USF, where I kind of had to take some time off for a year. I honestly just kind of worked out, did a lot of stuff with Press Sports, continued with my Press Sports career with you guys. Ended up going to the MLB Draft League, which was an amazing experience for all the guys that were there. I saw a statistic today, honestly, that popped up. It was about 39 guys got drafted out of the league and 50 signed pro contracts between independent pro baseball, and overseas, obviously. So so it was pretty simple for me. I had a nice summer, played in the draft league in Pennsylvania for the Williamsburg Crosscutters. That was fun. That's pretty much it. No, I honestly had a great end to my 2020, even though what happened in February hit hard for me. But I ended up having a great 2020, going into 2021. And now, I'm going to Southeastern University to play baseball, so I'm excited for that too. How about you? What did you do
Well,
this
well,
past
let's. Well, I'll stick on. Well, I want to stick on you. So you guys probably can't notice, but Isaac's put on a solid 20 pounds, probably of muscle.
Come on,
Still playing shortstop though. I thought maybe for a second he was gonna have to move over to the third,
third,
but he's saying he's still got the legs. So
hundred
we'll
percent,
we'll
hundred percent.
keep him at short. But yeah, tell me about just the summer league this year. Where'd you play? What'd you do? You were playing with Alec Burns. I talked with him a
Yeah.
little bit over the
So I
summer.
played for the
Yeah.
no, yeah. So I played for the Winsport Crosscutters, and we had guys like Alec Burns, Highland Hall was in the league. We had C.J. Washington Jr., Garrett Sheffield, who is
What?
yeah, Garrett Sheffield was in the
Gary
league.
Sheff. Okay, I was about to say Gary Sheffield.
No,
Got to
no,
be
no,
at
no, no.
least 50,
Garrett,
going on
his
50.
son,
Going
his
on
son was
50
in
at
the
least.
league.
Yeah.
Um, it was honestly really fun playing with those guys, playing against those guys. It was a majority older group.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was a lot of in the first half of the season. It was a lot of 21-year-old guys, 22-year-old guys who were entering the draft as a high profile players.
Yep.
And as time went on, there are certain guys who had two separate contracts. Okay, so we had full contract players for guys who would stay from the beginning all the way to the end, and then they had 2-week contract guys, mainly for pitchers. But they would come in for 2 weeks, try to earn a contract to continue playing, or their 2 weeks would end and they'll be gone. And then the next roll of guys would come in. I was blessed to have a full contract the whole year, so I got to play with a team of 35 guys that changed from 15 guys to 25 to 35. So it kept adjusting. There's a lot of good players. I want to name I'm gonna tell a little story real quick.
Yep.
So we're playing against Highland Hall, who is on the
was on our podcast last year.
he was also on our podcast. He was playing for this State Spikes.
Yep.
And he honestly had a really good summer. He balled out this summer. He put up really good numbers. He put up really good numbers against our team, honestly. But I'm gonna tell this story real quick. So we're playing against them, and we're playing at their place. And it's Highland's first at bat, and Highland comes up, and I want to say about second pitch of the at bat, boom, he goes deep to left field.
Pimped it.
Pimping is understatement of what this man did.
Highland always pimps it.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll throw up some videos in this podcast.
Yes, throw some videos right now of his pimp jobs. But
Yeah.
the particular one that we're about to put in the bottom of this video right here that you guys will see is Highland up. Their team is up 10-1. They're blowing us out. It's like 11-1. They're blowing us out.
So
And this is like
Highland's on the other team.
yes.
Okay, so he's blowing you out.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. What, maybe like his fourth, fifth at bat of the game, and it's like the sixth inning.
Yeah.
Comes up, takes our pitcher deep to left field. Boom. He watches it, looks at it, gone. Takes him about maybe 20, 25 seconds to go around the bases. He gets to third base. He does a little tatis where he kind of hesitates, and then he goes through the bag, and then he gets to home plate. Now, this is where
catcher's waiting.
Catcher's waiting. This is where our coach, our pitching staff, this is where everyone got livid. Again, remember, they're up like 11-1, 12-1, whatever it is. He gets a home plate, and I swear to you not, he goes 1, 2, Euro step on top of home plate, stomps on home plate, and just kind of looks at us. And so again, Highland's my boy. So in my eyes, I'm like,
what's
okay.
that about, man?
I'm like, okay, bro. I see you. But to our coaching staff, our head coach, and a certain amount of our players, they're like, yo, honestly, freak this kid, right? Yeah. This is F him, whatever. Next game, we're playing back at their place again for a 3-game series. Highland comes up to me before the game, like we always do. We kind of talk. I'm like, yo, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you this now. They're coming in on you today all day.
Yeah.
And don't be upset if you get hit maybe 2-3 times today. We're coming.
Fastballs, they're gonna be riding it in.
And we had one of our best pitchers. We had one of our best pitchers going that day. His name was Chase Costello, who went to LSU. And he's talking to me before the game too. And he's like, "Yo, when that kid Highland Hall comes up, I'm gonna put one at 97 in the middle of his back, and I'm gonna show him what it's like to take a 97 to the back.
Sounds nice.
Sounds beautiful. So again, as me as an instigator, I go up to Highland and I'm like, "Yo, this is gonna happen. Just beware, okay? Because you're my boy. I'm letting you know."
So now Highland's thinking, what am I gonna do when I get nailed in the back?
Exactly.
Way to go.
That is exactly what he's thinking in his head.
Exactly what Isaac wanted him to start thinking.
Of course, 100%. Now he's leading off that day. So he comes up to hit. Our pitcher's waiting right there. He's waiting. Highland steps in. The pitcher starts going. Starts moving. Chase starts moving. He calls timeout. While he's moving, Chase gets upset, right? Because it's like in the middle of his motion. He's like, "Yo, come on, let's go, hit."
Yep.
So he's standing up there, and Highland's just standing there like this, waiting, just waiting. And so our pitcher looks up at him, and he goes, "What are you waiting for? Come on, let's go." And then Highland's like, "Yo, relax, be patient. You know what I'm saying? Calm down." Chase steps off the mound and goes, "Yo," he grabs the fastball grip. And I swear to you not, he goes, "You know where this is going." And goes like this. And so Highland goes, "All right, come on, let's go."
So Highland
he walks in there.
Highland wanted it at 99, not 97.
He wanted that. And our pitcher was going to go full throttle. Yeah. First pitch.
You're just jacking him up more by doing that. It's like,
first pitch goes right behind his head. And you got me in the dugout yelling, "Let's go." I'm like, "Yo, don't let him." I'm telling our pitcher. I'm like, "Yo, hit him hard."
Isaac is the master instigator of
all. 100%. I'm telling our pitcher, I'm like, "Yo, hit him hard. Let's go." But I'm also telling Highland at the same time, take him deep. Take him deep. So again, Highland's my boy. The pitcher Chase is my boy too. So it's just a good rivalry, good battle. He ends up K-ing him and just staring. Our pitcher stares at him the whole way down.
Well, Highland's probably like, "Dude, am I getting hit now, or is he throwing strikes?"
Oh, yeah.
So I would be kind of confused too. It's like, is this like, was one of these pitches just gonna come up at my noggin? Like,
yeah. And again, it's out of respect that you kind of go for below the neck. Obviously, you don't want to throw the guy's head.
Man, dude, it happens.
There's a chance that if it hits you in the head solid, you might not make it out of the batter's box. You might end up going to the hospital. So we don't want that. Hit him, show him that what he did the day prior was disrespectful, and let's move on from there.
We got to figure out how pitchers can start pimping strikeouts.
Oh,
so like Highland,
who was it? I think it was
Highland pimps a home run. And so, instead of, obviously pegging him in the back with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, well, hey, strike him out. And then we got to figure out, okay, now what do we do after the strikeout? There's got to be some sort of, celebration here to get back at Highland.
I mean, there's nothing to me. There's nothing more hard from a pitcher when he cases one and just stands there and looks at him.
Yeah.
Just watches him the whole way down to the dugout. I think as a pitcher, that's how you know, all right, that's a dude right there. Case him, he just stares him down.
Yep. I mean, that was
just a little story from the draft.
The Trevor Bauer sword. Obviously, that's kind of one, but that was like end of the inning pimp, not really like one random strikeout pimp.
What did you think about that when you heard that Trevor Bauer beat that one girl?
Well, now there's like more news that came out, right? I mean, it's like, it's just, I'm surprised the Dodgers honestly haven't released him yet, but
again, there's a lot that goes into it. When it's obviously a guy's life, career, right? It's his.
Yeah, I mean, they're also paying him $200 million.
Yeah, so they're not gonna throw away. They're not gonna throw away $200 million. You can drop him, but you still have to pay him.
Yeah, right? I don't know the rules, but I was listening to someone and they were talking about that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's in the contract. I don't know what they put in there. But yeah, dude,
they're talking about obviously that he obviously didn't do it. That's what he's saying.
Obviously, yep.
And then there's an article from
clear evidence like came out. It was like pretty clear. I mean, I haven't kept up with it too much, but it doesn't sound too good.
Yeah, so that's crazy, honestly.
Yeah, I know that's but dude, that Howland story is pretty damn funny.
No, yeah, it was a great time
Howland's
in
a
the
good
draft.
yeah, Howland's a good dude, and he I definitely know how he pimps his home runs.
Hmm.
He will pimp it.
I will we'll put that video in particular, that at bat, down the bottom, so you guys can watch that at bat. It was a great at bat, honestly.
Oh yeah. Um
But no,
so yeah, I
honestly,
guess
it was really fun.
yeah, man, it sounded like you had a good time. I was talking with you over the summer. It looked like you were playing well, which was good. You're playing
Yeah.
shortstop, a lot of shortstop, a lot of it sounded like you were doing some DH too, but I
Hmm.
guess that's just because you got to get everyone reps.
Correct. Also, I had a strain in my hamstring 2.5 weeks into the season,
Yeah.
that made me come out for 2 weeks till I was to be able to come back. So that was my first time ever really getting injured, or really having to take my not to take myself out of the game, but someone telling me that I had to be taken out of the game. So that was the first time it's ever happened. But again, I came back about 2.5 weeks later, and I finished strong the rest of the season. Um,
Yeah, it sounded like you played well. And I'm always cheering you on,
I
rooting you on.
appreciate that, Drew. Such a nice
Come
guy.
on, man. Isaac's still posting on the Press Sports app.
Correct.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I'll give a rundown of first of all, I'm just gonna give a rundown of kind of like what we are at Press Sports because I mean, I'm sure there's some people that don't even know like really what we do, but we're a sports social media app. Isaac actually has a profile. I mean, I do too, but I'm obviously not a current athlete, but it's an app where a lot of just athletes, coaches, fans all kind of connect and promote themselves through highlights. And it's just a really strong community of athletes helping each other get better, as well as connecting with college coaches or any coaches. And yeah, I mean that's the easy way to explain it. Um, if you have anything to add on that, Isaac.
No, yeah. So it's honestly a an easy way to kind of consistently post your highlights, right? Post your videos of you working out. Honestly, a lot of guys now on social media, when it comes to Instagram, Twitter, and all that, it's you don't really post much as far as on your feed of you, working out in the gym, you stealing a base, you hitting or you fielding, maybe just a highlight video of you doing that. But on the Press Sports app is consistent, where it's just a feed
It's all
of just
sports.
all of your highlights.
Yeah, it's all sports. It works similar to TikTok. So actually, Isaac, because last year our last podcast was the 28th of June. So the new
Oof.
app just released. So a lot of the old podcast listeners were on the old app, and so we released a new app. Check it out. It's in the App Store and Play Store. We just got the Android version released. But yeah, definitely go check it out. And basically, what we're going to be doing with this podcast is like I said earlier, continuing to kind of get to know some of the athletes that are on the app. Get to know them off the field, not just what they do on the field on the app. Right now, it's more so just all highlights, even though we are starting to kind of expand into other, sorts of content. Like, we'll get this podcast on the app. We've actually had some other podcast people post their sports podcasts on the app, which has been pretty interesting. So, yeah, go check it out. Honestly, fan up Isaac. Got to fan up Isaac. Uh,
Do it.
and yeah, I mean, by the way, this is just Isaac's Instagram. Isaac's still struggling to get to 10K, so we gotta help him out there.
If for again for those listening in to this podcast of season two,
This is a year
a
later.
long joke that we had on season one was from the day one was like, let's get Isaac to 10K. Drew was joking about it, but he's being serious.
Yeah, this is a year later.
A year later, he now makes the same joke. Let's get him to 10K.
We're gonna do it. I mean, I don't know if you've gone backwards a little. I don't know what
Oh yeah,
happened, but
100%.
the good thing is Isaac is not purchasing followers, so
No,
he's legit.
just
But
slowly.
but yeah, in the last year, yeah, we got the new app. We've got a lot of coaches on. We've got a lot of more athletes on. I mean, over the summer, we grew a
What are
ton.
what are some coaches that are on the app? Like what college coaches, what pro coaches?
Oh man, Florida, Vanderbilt. I mean, if we're talking the big ones, just almost every SEC school's on. And then we've got a lot of other D2, D3, and so we're trying to even JUCO. We're trying to get a lot, everyone the chance to be seen. But the interesting thing too is that we're not a recruiting app, and people like you, Alec Burns, like we were talking about earlier, is using the app. It's not just high schoolers that are trying to get recruited. It's really anyone, and it's just a really positive community on the app, and
Environment.
it's it's really cool. And we're about to actually have a new update release of editing your videos and adding music. I don't know if I even told you that, Isaac, but that's going to release
And
next
that's
week.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
what we've been waiting
we'll
for.
have some music popping in the app. It'll be a little more,
Perfect.
yeah, we'll have some music in the
Exactly.
app. But yeah, go check it out. It's free. Free way to get exposure, free way to grow your athletic brand. That's the best way I like to put it, Isaac, is like someone for you, someone like you. It's like you're not trying to get recruited, obviously. So why do you use it? Well, it's a way to grow your brand and
Exactly.
have a place for all your highlights. It's really, really that simple.
100%.
Um, but yeah, and then besides that, we can now dive back into the NIL because we are, obviously as a sports company, we are, very excited about what we can do. Not just for high school athletes, but now we can get college athletes paid. We are actually dabbling into a creator fund idea now for the college athletes. What we're thinking is college athlete gets on, posts highlights, gets paid basically based on how many views you get. And so if you got better posts, better views, you grow your fan base, you'll get paid. It's that simple. Isaac's already getting paid, but it's another way to get paid. There's definitely some more things we can do. We've definitely talked into that, but I think this creator fund that we're gonna probably look to launch it in October.
I think
But
it,
yeah,
I think it's one of the best ways to kind of start off. Again, if you guys are new to the NIL signing or to making money, this is a great way to kind of start your income, right? It's a great way to start building some income where all you have to do is pretty simple. Post your video on the Pressports app, and how many views you get paid off of that. Okay. Now, Vine did something very similar back in the days, and I know some other companies do something very similar. But again, there's nothing easier than you just going on the app and throwing up a couple highlights of yourself and then getting paid off your views. And then now promoting that same video on your Instagram account and having your Instagram followers go up, click that video. Now you're getting paid. Or your Twitter followers, or now you can share that video on Snapchat to your friends and they click it. So the more multiple videos,
you're breaking up. All right, there you go. Go again.
again, the more the internet connection is unstable.
Yeah.
Great.
We were struggling with this like 30 minutes before. For 30 minutes before we got on this, but yeah.
Literally for 30 minutes.
We're running it past 10 p.m. But yeah.
Again, so it's just another way that you can make money very easy, using your Instagram account to promote, using your Snapchat account to promote, using your Twitter accounts and all that for all your friends to click on that one video, and now you're making money off of it. So it's just a great way to kind of make money.
Yeah, it's something that it just makes sense for us too, just as a sports app. I mean, we're growing really fast. We actually have a new app design now coming out. I mean, it's just another way to grow your brand in general. I mean, and the thing is, a lot of people when they get on, they get on for a reason, whether it be Isaac, whatever tells them to get on, they actually enjoy it. I mean, like Alec Burns posted like another highlight last week. It's like you just kind of get on and it's never been around ever. And so you'll kind of get it once you get on, but
yes, you have to really just kind of start scrolling on the app to understand.
Yeah. It's never been done before, put it that way. It's literally, we're like the at least the first decent sports social media. I mean, there's
probably the only that I know of.
See, exactly. We're definitely the biggest right now. And so, yeah, check it out. This creator fund, we'll keep you guys updated on that, but it's exciting. And just, I'm also just really excited about this podcast because we're gonna have some sweet
Yes.
people
Yes.
getting on, and we've been doing this now for a year. I think we're getting a little better at it.
No, I think
But I think
we're doing pretty good at it.
yeah, I think we're
I
doing
kind of
very
wanted
well.
to talk a little bit about the NIL.
Yeah. Okay.
We're obviously, as a company, we're not going to give too much details as far as what the athletes that we are obviously requiring to get on our team. We can't give too much details on what they'll be getting paid and what certain things they'll be getting, but we'll make it as broad as possible for you guys if you're extremely interested, obviously. We're going to start off with just 10 athletes. Okay. So we're going to be targeting 10 very, very big Power Five, Division One schools, these Division One big guys. So that's what we're starting off with, just 10 athletes. Um, the main thing that I want to get across from this is that this is a way for you to will help you build your brand.
Yep.
Okay. Obviously, that's the majority for what everybody wants, is that they need help building their own personal brand. And that's what we'll be doing for you guys. So helping you
100%.
along the way, building your brand.
100%.
We have a lot of great offers. Again, I don't want to give too much detail because I have it all right here, and I
Yeah.
don't want to give it to you guys.
It's
But
more
again,
so, yeah. I mean, we're just only talking about the app right now. It's like we have, over 500,000 Instagram followers. I mean, we're gonna be promoting this everywhere. And so, one thing too is like you might as well go ahead and get on and just get set up. I mean, that's probably a good idea. Beat everyone to it. But yeah, it's exciting. I mean, we brought this up to Isaac, a few months ago. Isaac was pumped about it. Brought it up already to a few college athletes. They're stoked. So yeah, I mean, it's exciting, and we're gonna get this together, and because I mean, that's just one thing. Just dealing with not just Isaac, but other college athletes I've gotten to know. I'm 26 now, so I've known a lot of them just getting screwed out of their, name, image, and likeliness. And now that's finally, you know, the law is finally passed. And so we can do whatever we want. And we're going to do
basically,
we're going to do some pretty sweet stuff. And, we're for the athletes. That's the thing that we try to do the best of, is helping athletes out. And now we can help college players get paid, which is really,
exactly.
really freaking cool. So yeah, I mean, I think that's where we'll, stop the NIL convo. But I mean,
Yeah. We'll give.
we'll probably bring this up. I mean, probably almost every podcast. I mean, even with high scores, I don't know what's gonna happen there. I don't know if high scores might start getting paid. I don't know. Like,
No, you definitely. So high schoolers definitely can get paid.
they can get paid, but they can't. If they get paid, they can't play for their high school team, basically.
Really?
Yeah, trust me, we are all over this, man. No, yeah, it's basically because like GHSA, for example, is like the Georgia High School Association. If you get paid as a high schooler, basically they have to now pass the law, like those kind of associations. So, for now they can't, but that's another thing like we'll be looking into that might happen. And yeah, just we'll have a bunch of these college athletes on talking to them about what they're doing, and it's really cool. It's a brand new market, and it's awesome. But yeah, I mean, so let's see. Let's just
Sorry,
go. I mean,
I was looking up
no,
the high
yeah,
school athletes getting paid. That's very interesting.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
What do you see?
So it's very very broad right now. There's no real kind of set stone rules for them.
Yep.
But so the internet's supposed.
They haven't really gotten into it
Yeah.
yet. I think the NIL for college will be out. My guess is I don't think there will be anything that'll happen for maybe a few years until now high schoolers start. The difference is too, it's like these colleges make so much money off of these players, so much money off these players,
billions of dollars.
Yeah, and
Here, for
so I
example,
don't.
so
Yeah,
I just found out. So the Florida High School Athletic Association, the FHSAA, seems to bar any monetizations by high school athletes, stating that an athlete forfeits their amateur status in a sport for a year if they capitalize on athletic fame by receiving money or gifts of a monetary nature. Okay, so yeah.
Yep.
So in high school, if you were to sign a deal with someone or um, pursue to get paid by someone, you would lose a year of eligibility because now you become a not an amateur anymore. You become a professional, I guess. So
Yeah.
very interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I don't know, if they will. I don't know if they ever will allow it, honestly, because I don't know how much these high school athletes technically make, these high schools money. I don't know. Like, that's kind
I
of the
mean, again,
question.
you talk
'Cause
about let's go for an example,
but
right?
I think it's more so like, why can't these high schoolers get paid, by, brands and stuff like that? That should just be allowed. And so that's gonna come up. They're gonna be like, I mean, look at some of these high scores, man. They got, shoot, 50, 100,000 social media followers, huge
Let's
reach.
for example, if you talk about a guy like Drew Jones, right, or
Yep.
Tamar Johnson, both guys who are obviously on our app already, go fan them up.
Yep.
um,
Big time.
they both on Instagram alone have a combined of close to 100,000 followers,
Yep.
right? When you take a person or a kid like that out of high school and expose them to a way for them to make money while they're in high school, these kids will have numerous amount of companies going after them, offering them deals. You're talking about both of them, PG All Americans, under All Americans,
Mhm.
Team USA. So they have a lot of stature under their belts, and they have a
Yeah.
lot of companies who are definitely already hitting them up, trying to get them to sign some deals with them or whatever. So I can see why it would be an issue for high schoolers to make money, but
Mhm.
definitely if these guys were to go to high school, they're getting paid.
Yeah. Well, and they're also under 18. That probably has something to do with it too.
True.
There's like, yeah,
But
there's
regardless, even those 17-year-old kids that get drafted into the major leagues that get these
I mean, look
five,
at,
6, $7 million contracts.
yeah. I mean, look at look at all these TikTokers. They're like 14 years old making millions.
We don't talk about TikTok on this podcast. I
We
apologize.
That
Uh,
is true. We don't talk about that. Is something we're gonna have to make sure. That
yeah,
is like a for sure, God. Like, that just can't happen.
I don't. Again, I'm not that guy, but I just do not like TikTok at all. Like honestly, again, it's a great app when it comes to just funny videos, memes. It's like, again, these are for the OGs. If you had Vine, you're an OG. Okay,
Yeah,
Vine was the original TikTok. TikTok is inside, but Vine though, if you know about Vine, then you're different.
man. Vine was like my days in high
My
school.
days too. What are you talking about? I had like 100
Well,
followers.
it ended. I think I was 2015, so I was a freshman in college. I mean, yeah, but um, yeah, we're definitely not the
Yep.
biggest TikTokers, even though I am a pretty damn good dancer.
Oh,
I must
really?
say, I'm totally kidding. But
Love TJ.
so yeah, guys, basically, this has been the first episode. Isaac is kind of, he's the co-host, but he's kind of been this guest on the first one. So we're gonna do what we do at the end of every single episode, which is the rapid fire lightning round.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Basically, what we do is, how many is it, 2 or 3 minutes, Isaac?
I think it was 2 minutes, if I'm not
Was
mistaken.
it two? Yeah. So basically, I set a timer for 2 minutes and ask Isaac as many questions as I can, and he's got to answer them. It's really that simple. We do this with everyone. We'll mix up the questions for each new episode. It's pretty funny. Like last year, some of the questions are pretty,
Oh my God. I think
we
we
kind of start a
asked.
convo after they answer them. It's like, oh shit, we're on the
Yes.
clock.
Yep. It's funny because I think we asked Bobby Witt one time, what animal is his favorite? Just a
Oh
simple
yeah,
question. Or like what animal
this is
really
good.
resembles yourself, Bobby? And he goes, llama.
Llama.
And that was kind of classic because everybody says lion, tiger,
We're talking about Bobby
panther.
Witt. It was just out
And
of
he
the
said
blue.
llama. That was
That's
the
something-
best answer ever.
That's something you just don't find out anywhere else. Like that's
No.
coming. That's something you say on the.
It's coming
Press
straight from the
Sports-
Press Sports
Yeah,
Big Bites
That's
podcast.
what. Yeah, exactly.
I'm ready. I'm ready for this lightning round. You hit me.
All right, so let me get it started. But yeah,
2
Isaac knows
minutes
the
on the
rules.
clock
You
down
guys know how to
below,
get the
right
rules.
here.
Yeah, I can start it. All right, and here we go. What glove do you use right now?
A Rawlings Pro Preferred.
What kind of bat do you use?
A 271 Louisville.
What's your pregame playlist? Like, what kind of music?
Definitely. For those who know me, I bump old school 70s, 80s music. So
Ooh.
More Than a Woman, go-to song.
Interesting. Most difficult pitcher you've ever faced?
Matt Allen, 100%.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird, 5:30 gang.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Stay true to yourself. Don't be someone you're not.
I love this question. What's the most insane thing someone has yelled at you on the field? Or funny, whatever.
Yeah. So for those who know, I had a company called TTP, Team Trust the Process, and I was playing my sophomore year of high school. This is real quick. I'm trying to answer this quick. My sophomore year of high school, and someone in the fans yelled, "Team TTP, teeny tiny penis."
Yep. Yes, there we go. LeBron or MJ?
Oh, MJ, GOAT.
Dope. Favorite sports documentary?
Last Dance. Come on.
Wow, back to back. What's your favorite word right now? What are you using?
Sir. I'm trying to sound
Really?
more formal. I'm not trying to go with facts, bet, any of that. I want to talk like a real man. So, sir, respectable.
What's your favorite ballpark that you play in, or just in general?
That I played at
Yeah,
SunTrust, 100%.
If you had to delete all but 3 apps from your phone, which ones wouldn't you delete?
Very easy. Netflix,
You better not mess this up.
Netflix, Hulu, Press Sports app.
There you go. All right, this is the last one we gotta do. What's your favorite song right now that we'll end the podcast on?
Oh, here we go, boys. More Than a Woman. Let's get it going.
More Than a Woman. Isaac
Yes.
Nunez. All right, we'll send it off to that. Isaac, obviously appreciate you coming on the podcast, but you're always on the podcast, so
Yes, sir.
Maybe I
I'll be
should
here
say
for the long
three
run.
I'll just start saying that every time. Thank you for coming on. But yeah, guys, every Thursday night we will release a new podcast. We will actually allow early access to it on the Press Sports app in the morning time or in the day. I think noon o'clock we'll do. We're available on Spotify,
Apple Music and
Apple
Google
Music,
and
yeah,
Google Podcasts.
Google Podcasts. We're on Podbean, but I don't even know if anyone uses Podbean to listen to podcasts. It's kind of just like a software to use to get them all on.
Exactly.
But yeah, guys, we're gonna have a new one next week. Still kind of figuring out who's gonna be the first one, but we know it's gonna be a good one. And pumped to have you guys listening. And yeah, download the Press Sports app. Check out Isaac. Follow Isaac on Instagram and fan him up on Press Sports. He's trying to get to 10K. And yeah, follow us on Instagram at @press_sports or on Twitter, @press_sports_, and obviously on the @Press Sports Official. Isaac, you got anything you want to say?
All the links will be down below for everything you just heard.
Yep.
Don't forget, put them away. Put them away.
All right.
Put them
All right,
away.
guys.